Yo, 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 yo. We are live. We are live. Oh my god. Amazing news. Let me get my closed captions running. Closed captions are up and running. I do believe TTS is running. Let me get my... Why is this not updating? It's really weird. Alright. Okay, guys. Huge news! Huge news.
Vertical.
Guys, Project Epoch is launching. Project Epoch is launching. It is launching before Turtle WoW. It's insane. Let me share the news with you. Crazy stuff. You gotta see this. Alright, let me get my where's my freaking... Put this up here. Alright, let's go to sharing. And let me share my Discord. This is the news, guys. This is the news. Alright. Oh, 1 second. Let me get some music going. Set some mood. Get you guys some music on the VOD. And let's have some music on the stream too. Alright. Guys. Oh, my head's in the way. Let's just shrink it down then. No. Don't make it big. Stop. Stop it. This is it, man. This is the news we've been waiting for. I could read this to you. I'll just read to you like a crappy slop streamer. Alright. Project Epoch Discord. What are they saying? The stress test that was run today, that I did 11 hours on, well, on and off, until they kicked me off all the time. It was a success. No lag, no crashes. There will be more crashes and they will be fixed quickly as they pop up. With 7K on the stress test without lag or crashes, it is clear there is a road to very high population stability. All the major issues we pinpointed have been fixed or patched. I'm sure there are more and they will be fixed quickly as they pop up. Based on the overwhelming feedback, it is clear the community would rather us launch as soon as possible and fix the bugs as they pop up. I also told everyone if we formed the line from Goldshire to Westfall, we would launch, and you all did it, so it's time to talk about launch. It's insane. They're doing it. They're doing it. Here are the details. Launch of Kazan will be August 17th, 2025, 6 a.m. This is your time zone. That's my time zone. It's going to be hella early for me, but that's 6 a.m. Pacific time in the US. It will be a fresh realm. Past characters could not be put in without major delays. Screw it. Wipe. It's a wipe. Your character names from the original launch will still be reserved. Okay. Gurubashi release time will be announced after Kazan launches. and it'll be the same day as Kazan. I'd give this time now, but the goal is to release as soon as possible, and I need to confirm with the infrastructure team who will wake up later the time Gurubashi will be ready. The goal is to get Gurubashi out as close to Kazan as possible. Do I play on Gurubashi? That's crazy. Additional realms will be spun up as needed if we hit capacity, and they will be merged efficiently if needed over time. Nah, I'm not going to play on Gurubashi. I'm not a PvPer. Alright, additional rounds will be spun up as needed if we hit capacity, and they will be merged efficiently if needed over time. That's 2 words, over time. Download your client before launch if you haven't. Launcher at https ascension.gg. Just saying, you do not need to install it as admin. I didn't want to because I don't want these programs running as admin. So I only installed it on this account in my personal folders. There's still many minor issues to fix that should not launch delay, but expect frequent hotfixes. Okay. That's it, guys. That's the story. You know, I think I'm actually going to make a video. I'm going to make a damn video. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna make a recording. So let's start from the beginning. All right, guys. Yo, 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 yo! Huge news for Project Epoch. I just want to make a quick video. This is the latest news. So just to catch everyone up, the Project Epoch team has been running a stress test all day on Saturday, August 16th, 2025. I have a stream. I was on the server. The stream was 11 hours. But anyway, you came here for news, and I just want to catch you up. I was on the server. I was part of the test, but it was smooth. It was nice. And yeah, here is the announcement from the Project Epoch team. The stress test today, August 16th, 2025, was successful. No lag, no crashes. There will be more crashes, and they will be fixed as quickly as they pop. Fixed quickly as they pop up. They had 7K on the stress test without lag or crashes, and it's clear they have a green light to launch. They have a green light to launch. All the major issues they pinpointed have been fixed or patched. They were going up and down all day long. They fixed a bunch of things. I'm sure there are more, and they'll be fixed quickly as they pop up. So again, they're going to be fixing things. Based on the overwhelming feedback, it is clear the community would rather us launch as soon as possible and fix the bugs as they pop up. Apparently, this is Dutch, I think. He asked everyone if they formed the line from Goldshire to Westfall, they would launch, and the players did it. In the stress test, they lined up from Goldshire to Westfall. I missed out on that, but amazing. The players wanted it. It's time to talk about launch. Okay, these are the details. The launch of Kazan will be at August 17th, 6 a.m. This is my time, Pacific. It's going to be a different time for you people in Europe or in Asia, but 6 a.m. Pacific, August 17th. Adjust it to your time or go on the Project Epoch Discord and look at announcements, and it will show the time in your time zone. But it is 6 a.m. August 17th, 2025 Pacific. It is going to be a fresh realm. Your past characters could not be put in. Boo-hoo. We kind of knew something like that might happen. Your character names from the original launch will still be reserved. So you reserve names, it's going to be reserved. You're going to be fine. Gurubashi release time will be announced after Kazan launches. So they're going to launch Gurubashi the same day. Just later. But they haven't... It says, I'd give this time now, but the goal is to release as soon as possible. I need to confirm the infrastructure team who will wake up later the time Gurubashi will be ready. So this is in Europe. A lot of people are asleep already. But he's going to get the time and he will announce the Gurubashi launch time. So you Gurubashi PvP fans, it's going to launch the same day. Get ready. Additional realms will be spun up as needed if we hit capacity, and they will be merged efficiently if needed over time. I'm going to get on Kazan. At least I'll try to. I just feel it's the server, the original one. I want to be on it. So 6 a.m. tomorrow, or yeah, tomorrow, I'm going to be on. All right, guys. Download your client before launch if you haven't at ascension.gg. There's still many minor issues to fix that should not delay launch, but expect frequent hot fixes. You can get in. It may go up and down during the day, only if needed, but I think they'll try and keep it minimized. But you can play. You can play. You can progress your characters. Be there or be square, man. Yeah. All right, guys. That's the news. It's launching. It's happening. Project Epoch is launching. Tomorrow, 6 a.m., August 17th, Pacific. Find a time. Go on Discord. Project Epoch Discord announcements. It will show the time in your local time zone. All right, guys. I will be streaming at twitch.tv/KenShogo. I will also be simultaneously streaming on YouTube. So you can find me right here on YouTube, KenShogo. Join me in the launch. Get in on it. I will be playing two characters. I'll be creating a gnome priest and a warlock troll warlock. I want to play those because they have new starting zones, and I just feel like that's going to be getting the entire experience. I think I'm going to actually play excuse me, the 50% or the slow and steady. But I don't think I'm going to play hardcore. It's just going to make me slow down and be too cautious. I want to go forward without fear and explore the lands. And taking the challenge to do the half XP will let me level up more slowly and explore more areas. But I don't want to be afraid to go into dungeons. I don't want to be afraid to go into teams or anything like that. I guess you could say I don't need to be afraid, but we'll figure it out. On my stream, I'll figure it out. But I'm leaning towards just the EXP. It seems too much to do both. Anyway, guys, that's the news. That's the news. It's launching. It's happening, guys. Tomorrow, August 17th, 2025, 6 a.m. Pacific. Get your downloads ready. Your client configured. All right. That's my this is the news announcement video. I think I'm going to create another video just explaining the download process and setup process in case you need that. So be on the lookout for that video, all right? It's coming out. All right. See you soon. See you tomorrow. All right. Bye. Time to upload the video. Upload a video. Select files. Turtle, all videos. This one. Let's try. Send this window.
The dreams.
Let me work on this. Share my edge. Share my edge. Share my edge. Alright, I'm stop. Alright, I'm stop. Alright, I'm stop.
I remember my dream.
Stop. Do a screen capture. Do a screen capture. Do a screen capture. Do a screen capture.
The dreams. The dreams.
Alright, let's do a screen capture. 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 Gotta mute this.
The dreams.
Okay. Let's try it again. No? All right, we got screen captures. Where is it? I didn't save it. Where is it? General. Where did it save my file? Recording? Audio replay buffer. No. Pictures? Screenshots? No. Okay, let's do another one. Videos. Okay. Put in videos. That's strange. Very well. View extra large records. Is good. So small. Okay, let's make another one. Actually, let's hide. Oh god, I Okay, full horizontal overlay. We're gonna hide the chill hop logo. All right, let's go to sharing. Creating another screenshot. And let's see how it looks. All right, that looks good. Let's rename it. Let me put that into my streaming folder. All right, now let's load that up. Image streaming. Can I load it? Awesome. Let's put it into WoW. No, I'll just put it into a new one. My videos covering Epoch. All right, checks. Next. What's going on with the checks? Video elements checks. Oh crap. Okay. Visibility, public. Can I have to schedule it? Jeez. Wait, hold on, guys. Okay. Alright. I don't know if you heard all that. You probably did, right? Anyway. Where am I? Oh, my Windows. Guess I killed it. Okay. I'm going to make another video. Let's make another video. Might be too late, but we'll see. All right. So, what shall we make it? It's going to be how to install Project Epoch. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Let's turn this off. Throw this out here. Get rid of this stuff. Let's move it off to another screen. Sure. Discord off too. Actually, we'll use our Brave browser here. Let's just share. Oh, actually, we should share the browser then. Let's go back to the sharing horizontal. Right, let's. Nah, I don't think I'll make the video. I did the launch announcement video. I think that's good enough. I think so. Oops. Where's my Brave browser? Killed it. Hmm? Why? Brave browser. Okay. All right. Let's actually let me. No title must match. Okay, that's good. All right, guys. That was the announcement. Can we even get on? I dumped all my desktop files off. Let me put them over here. This is focus shortcut. Let's delete that. All right, move these wow things here. Rewrite Studio, don't worry about that. Bagnon sync. I need alt sync. I don't use Ada Tube Mini anymore. Turtle, wow. I need my Epoch. I don't. I guess I'll leave all Yama. Bagnon shortcut. I'm gonna get rid of that. Or maybe I'll just put that into a folder. Let's see, I put it into my pipe. Or no, multiplexing synchronization folder. Alright, put it into there. I'll put that into there. Okay, well. All right, let's see if we could get into Epoch. I think it's down right now, but I'm curious. Let's log in. Dude, it's actually up. Hey guys, so I'm here with my priest, my gnome priest. Oh, that icy breath. This is cool, but I know it's gonna get wiped, so maybe I just play Turtle now. We've got an hour and a half. So maybe I'll just play some Turtle. Let's see. Put that into two. Copy. Shortcut. And copy, paste shortcut. All right, let's get this running. Get that running. This is left. Oh, crap. That's right. Now, question is... Let's see if we can pause it. we need to exit those. Set this up first. And then we could run the scripts. All right, let's get into the game. My music's not showing. Here's the music. Add-ons looking good. Question I have is, maybe I just need to set up my... No, you know what? I think I'm actually going to go back to AF. Right. E-bindings. I don't think I ever need this. That. Don't need undefined sheet. What are you talking about? Bottom. Let's unbind all this. Don't need it. Don't need this either. Calming lights. Yeah, I should keep that. Toggle character pane. I want the map. Okay. Toggle all bags. I don't need this. Oh, the character pane. Maybe it's this. Sure, spellbook. I don't think I need that, do I? Skill. Quest log. I want that. I don't need social right now. I don't do battle maps, stuff like that. I don't need this. Just mouse over it, right? I don't need this. That. Guess I'll keep that. I don't need these. Ah, no! Don't cancel ever. Shit. Okay, this is fine. Okay, it's fine. Jesus Christ. Alright, character pane, no, this is backpack, all bags. Alright, just unbind all these. In all bags, spell book. It's my mouse key. I don't know. Spell book, we need it somewhere, right? Maybe you? Talent pane? Leave that. Don't need a PvP pane. Hit pane. Skill plane, no. I need my quest log. World map, social pane. J? J? Don't need this. Don't need this. Don't think so. Maybe I should have them mute. Nah. I always forget when it's on or off. Toggle user interface. A very minimal set of things. And I think that will work for everybody. Okay, here's my target. Here's the party. Okay. All right, now I want to export all of my keybinds. All right. Let's do it. Let's let me log out. I'm gonna delete something. Control. Jeez. Let's go to Telebeam. Let's delete this. Alright, let's go back to Nordinar. We should go to our Bembashar. Alright, let's go back to Nordinar. World. Finding cache. Alright. I'm gonna copy these key bindings. Actually, let's give in and try PFUI. Let's try PFUI. Wow. What? Why do I have... That's crazy. Stats. All right. Interesting. Atlas Loot Turtle. Wow. 1.138. Guess those would be the more updated ones. Maybe I should get rid of Atlas Loot. Sure. I'll use that. Ox? I'm using Ox. Hopefully it's the best one. Better character stats. Okay. Bigwigs. Do I have people bigwigs? Nah, not yet. Cleveroid, weirdest vibes. Polaroid. Item rack? Do I have item rack? I think I have item rack. Okay. Sure, CPU retained more. Empower. Deleted Empower. Alright, well, maybe I'll put it back in Empower. Pally Power. I guess I should remove this other Pally Power. The better one. PF Quest. I have PF Quest. Let's get there. PF Quest.
The dreams.
Let me watch
The dreams.
something else. Watch video.
I remember my dreams.
Let's watch this video.
Re-release on the horizon, as stress tests are already underway, comes back the question on what to play in Azeroth version of Classic Plus. So today I share with you a tier list of classes that seem to be the most fun to play based on the changes we received from Epoch. Do keep in mind that fun is a subjective factor, so this tier list may differ from yours, although I will try to present as many facts to back up my opinion, so let's dive right in. So we start off this tier list with a warrior, and when it comes down to the fun factor, it goes for me into the A tier. Mostly due to the fact that Epoch actually made quite a lot of changes to the arms tree, which I think is ultimately the most fun for warriors, so it's a very good point for me. Mainly because for leveling, we get Victoria Rush from level 10. Do keep in mind this is a TBC version, so it doesn't heal, but we do get extra attack when we do chain kill the mobs. Secondly, Rend got updated, so it's a little bit more powerful, which potentially could make it work in some like end game rotation and stuff. Well, this still has to be, but it can be somewhat useful during leveling, especially the early one. So that's nice to have. And of course, we get an iconic spell for warriors, which is Blade Storm, and it's only arms. As it's a capstone of arms tree levels, level 60 of course, level 40. Oh sorry, on Epoch with additional talents I think we get it somewhere around level 44 or something like that. Level 43 to be exact. But yeah, leveling wise, protection is an option, but you know, it's only for die-hard tanks of course. Fury, usual problems with hit rating, unless Epoch did a lot of changes to the itemization and we will start to get plenty of items with head rating on, which I really doubt, probably only at some later levels like 40 plus or something, and then we can consider it. But also there were absolutely no changes to Fury, except for like the change with the Death Wish and Sweeping Strike, so Other than that, standard stuff with Bloodthirst and Whirlwinds, and Rampage as a capstone, which is not really that fun. It's like a simple buff that you have to click once in a while. Arms, on the other hand, is a perfect spec for leveling. We've got a lot of parry chance and improved Thunderclap capstone, which can possibly turn us into a very versatile class, as we can also tank with it. Rend got improved a little bit. We also got an amazing talent that it takes 1 second faster, so every 2 seconds, which can increase its damage tremendously. We can get improved slam very early in arms tree, so straight up on level 30 when we get the spell we can start slamming, which I think will improve leveling process overall quite a bit. I don't even have to mention Sweeping Strikes and Blade Storm, which can be amazing fun in both leveling, dungeons, PvP, everywhere. The problem with the warrior is, as usual, it's a very reliant class, either on others or on gear, to be very successful, so it's usual stuff that can hinder us, let's say. But I do have to admit that the most fun spec, which is arms, at least for me, did get plenty of tinkering from Epoch team and it really looks pretty fun. So this alone actually does make me to consider it as my main when the server relaunches. So like I said, for me it's an A tier. Although warriors have the usual problems, which is like healing, sustainability and stuff, it did get plenty of other things that can make us shine in group play, PvP or dungeons, so I hope that arms will be viable in the end game as well. Next up we've got Paladin, and I would put it also into the A tier, mainly due that we did get plenty of changes actually. First off, Hands and Blessing were separated, so it's not like we're overwriting our buffs because of that. On top of that, Red Paladins got racial seals, and it's a class that actually can benefit very much from the racial change system that is available on Epoch, because yeah, depending on your racials you will have different seals, and depending on your goals you can just swap them to make your spec more viable, let's say. For leveling, we've got 2 standard routes, which is of course Retribution for more solo play and killing mobs one by one, and of course Protection, which is quite beneficial, and it can allow us to AoE grind a little bit earlier due to the fact that we got more points on Epoch, and on level 43 we are fully decked out in the talents from this tree, so it just opens up more options. Retribution is probably standard boring way of leveling, so mostly auto attacks, but it does change on endgame as we get plenty of new stuff like new seals, Seal of Penitence, which is like Seal of Blood, that can increase the damage dealt. And when we're at the seals, there's also seal twisting available on Epoch, and I think the timer was increased to half a second, so it will be a little bit easier to pull this off. So it's a nice skill factor for people that actually like it. If not, you will probably miss a little bit of more DPS. There's definitely potential in there depending if you like it or not, but the overall racial knowledge will be important for paladins depending on the role. Seal of Mountain is for tanking paladins, Seal of Vengeance and Seal of Penitence is for like DPSers mostly. But probably the most important seal that we want to see is the Seal of Dedication, which we get on level 46, which is truly a cleave for paladins, as every attack will actually deal 25% weapon damage as holy damage to your target and an additional target nearby. So it will allow you to cleave a little bit, and the Judgment actually deals damage to every enemy around you, or like in front of you, I think, in a cone. So pretty fun stuff. And of course with TBC we get things like Crusader Strike, which will be amazing, and Avenging Wrath, of course, as a massive DPS cooldown. So good stuff. Protection, as always in TBC, was pretty fun to play, especially for like AoE dungeons and stuff. Many people actually in TBC rolled Paladins because of that AoE potential. On top of that, it allows you to AoE grind quite effectively, and with the new upcoming items from Epoch, custom items, we can see some crazy things happening for like solo playstyle like that. And Holy, I think, is overall quite a fun healer, and especially now that we got talent Overwhelming Light, and when Holy Light or Flash of Light or Holy Shock spells heal a target to full health, 3 nearby injured allies will be healed by amount equal to 10% of the healing, 30% of healing effect on maximum points, which is massive because Paladins had those single target massive heals. So yeah, the overhealing was pretty big. And this means that our overhealing does not goes to waste, but just simply is distributed to the lower health party members, which is amazing actually. But like I mentioned before, the most fun factor changing thing we've got is for Retribution, as with all the new seals and racial knowledge changes, there's quite a lot of potential for Retribution Paladins. But for me personally, every spec for this class looks pretty damn fun, so that's why I put Paladin in the A tier as well. Then we go into Hunters, and this can be pretty controversial because I actually put them in B tier, but do keep in mind that this is a subjective tier list, and that I feel that TBC Hunters are a little bit boring, especially PvE wise, because in PvP you can do some crazy shit with it, as you probably already are aware. But for me, a big no-no in Hunters was that survival was not changed for a melee hunter. I always loved, this Rexa theme when you were running around with a pet and smacking enemies with a big two-handed axe or like dual wielding, whatever you like. And of course, unfortunately, it's not possible in Epoch, so we literally get 3 similar specs that we just changed in Marksmanship.
So, that is changed in Turtle. Survival, I think they really buffed the weapon ability or capabilities of the survival hunter. So they are basically a weapon hunter, like a melee weapon hunter.
We shoot aim shot. In Beastmaster, we literally spam steady shot 24 hours. In survival as well, we are just, looking for one survival hunter to apply expose weakness debuff on the targets. So, I don't know, it's not a big fun. Of course, you can pull off some crazy shit like, kiting and stuff, all the pets, and with expanded, actually, families of pets, there can be quite a lot of fun. Leveling is very chill. You just go in Beastmaster and your pet just keeps everything off of you. You can just shoot your arrows from afar. There's some skill factor in Hunters, as you can weave in auto attacks in between your range shots, just coming in from melee, then disengaging a little bit further to shoot and coming back. But let's just say that it's not what I call fun in World of Warcraft, alright? So don't hate on me too much because of that. But like I mentioned, those 3 specs do not bring anything different to the table. You just shoot from afar, same arrows, but just with different skills. So ended up it all off. I'm not really a big fan of pets overall, so that's why it looks like that. Then we go into Shamans, which is another male class in Classic, and Shamans go into the A tier, similar to Paladins, very versatile. A lot of good changes for Shamans happened for Epoch. Totem placement has been improved as we can deploy 4 of them with a little bit of a cast time. Nature immune bosses has been fixed with Magma Blast spell, and actually it has pretty fun interactions as it can refresh your Flame Shock, so maybe ultimately it will be the way to go eventually. Totems are also raid-wide effect, so it's easier to actually buff our party. And when it comes down to the talent, Elemental Overload also affects Magma Blast, Molten Blast, so it's Firecaster Shaman is an option, it seems. Enhancement received like this Primal Wielding spell, talent, which allows us to like weave in some spells in between those massive 200 attacks, even though this is a TBC tree, and it would seem like a natural way to go into dual wielding, so I'm not quite sure how this would turn out because the cast times are pretty long, so I'm not quite sure how would you weave in those spells in between your fast attacks with flurry and stuff. So for me it's like more like a 200 thing, but we'll have to wait and see. Flame Tongue Weapon received some changes that instead of only giving some extra damage, it also increases spell damage, so will be useful definitely. Unfortunately, similarly to the Hunters, we didn't receive any support whatsoever to the tanking Shamans, so enhancement fans can be a little bit disappointed on that point. Although Wind Fury Weapon they receive a buff mainly due to the fact that for 200 weapons in TBC, Wind Fury did get 36% chance, while standard one-handers received only 20, so in this case more Wind Furies means more damage overall. So if you're a big fan of enhancement Shaman, not much change in here, depending on, it all depends if that spell weaving will be a thing or not. Restoration is pretty similar. Of course, as a TBC, we get Water Shield, so it'll benefit massively all the specializations, especially during leveling, and it's also available on level 28, so quite early, to be fair, in the middle, where we start to get those massive mana problems actually, so it will help definitely. So leveling should be smooth overall, and as for endgame, like I said, Elemental could be fun with that extra fire playstyle. Enhancement, possibly with that spell weaving, but it all depends how it turns out actually. And Restoration was overall, I think, pretty fun in TBC, and we don't really see that many changes in here, so probably apply Earth Shield and spam Chain Heal, let's say. But all those 3 playstyles actually do fit me, so I put it in the A tier. Druids, for me, is either B or A, but I think I'm going to put it into the A due to the versatility in itself. Druids actually didn't receive from Epoch any game changes, let's say, but a lot of quality of life stuff, like weapons will have always feral attack power on them, so it'll be easier to gain, to equip those good weapons will affect our damage finally during leveling. In the endgame, it's the same as TBC, so no change in that. The massive thing is that on-hit effects from weapons will actually benefit us now, so if your weapon can, for example, bleed your target, this will have its effects now. In Classic, Ferals had to rely on things like Wolf's Head or that weapon from Nomergun that increased your haste massively. Thankfully, those effects are gone in here, and things like bonus energy are just moved into the class, so we don't have to rely on certain item just to be viable. Of course, we get polyarms, so that's another weapon at our toolkit. Consumables doesn't shift us out from our form, so another quality of life stuff. We get out of combat resurrection. But yeah, Druid's overall like leveling is pretty smooth, where you go into Feral, as you can DPS with a cat, shift out, heal up, and carry on. Same goes for Bear form, you can, very easily tank your leveling dungeons and stuff. The problem starts on endgame because balance didn't receive absolutely any changes. They were mentioning something that this is going to be like the first spec they take a look after the release, but it's pretty far away, so we'll see what happens. The one cool thing Feral did receive is Tiger's Fury, because when you do pop it up, it also increases the bleed damage. Bleed damage increases the physical effect, so like this very nice interaction between those two. So you will be kind of forced to use Tiger's Fury in your rotation, unlike previously. But otherwise, it's like standard stuff. So if you're a big fan of like cards, spares, and just overall like to change your forms, this can be fun for you. And healer-wise, standard dots from TBC, so light bloom spam and stuff. But we did get some very nice AoE thing, where on 1 minute cooldown we can apply through rejuvenations to our friendly targets. But it does have some strange interactions, like the tooltip literally states that it applies rank 3 of your rejuvenation, so it's pretty low. So I would just say if you always love druids, then go for it, very versatile and stuff, but we don't really see any big changes from Epoch. So that's why I was kind of considering putting it into the B, because yeah, leveling is very smooth and stuff, but in the end game, it's kind of similar, like in Classic has its own problems. Of course, Epoch addresses it by using TBC talents and a lot of itemization changes, but is it that fun? I don't know. Balance, I do not like to be an owl, and usually for me, it just, irks me when I cannot see my character while in combat, so that's a thing that usually puts me off, so, I'm gonna put it in the B tier. And healer-wise, I definitely prefer more like Paladin playstyle when you throw those big heals rather than, just hotting everybody around, but like I said, once again, it's a subjective opinion, so I'm gonna put it into the B tier. Then we go into the rogues, and actually we did see some nice changes, especially for the assassinations, and for me, assassination is actually the most fun spec to play with a rogue, so I put it into the A tier. First, we get X proficiency, so for combat rogues, there will be like a more variety in weapons to choose from. Combo points were fixed, so they're not going to be deleting just by retargeting and stuff like that. And lockpicking is supposed to be made quite useful in endgame dungeons, overall, where you can just do some very nice skips thanks to that skill. But yeah, one big massive change for assassination is that slice and dice will be not refreshed, but the duration will be increased if enemy takes some bleeding damage. So things like rupture will be quite important to upkeep, and to also get slice and dice for longer periods of time and apply more poisons, of course. But most importantly, mutilate does not have the positional requirements, so it's a massive quality of life thing, because in TBC that was quite annoying, to be fair. So we of course get like this bleed and poison playstyle, let's say. Unfortunately, we don't get any talent whatsoever, and that states that deadly poison is not being consumed by envenom, which I think is a massive disadvantage. But overall, the changes for assassination look pretty damn cool. The massive advantage for combat, of course, is that it has Blade Flurry, so that extra cleave definitely can be useful. Although, unlike warriors, they can pull it off only every 2 minutes, so it will be a battle between the single target those two specs can dish out. Although I see that assassination can be quite fun when you have to, like, upkeep those poisons. You can just spam mutilate all the time and change finishers depending whether you need a haste buff from Slice and Dice, or apply some bleeding, or just, get off a massive envenom and consume your poisons. Unfortunately, Subtlety didn't receive any changes at all. Things like Turtle, for example, did make it into, like, PvE utility spec, more like buffing spec. On Epoch, we don't see anything like that. Subtlety will be still purely a PvP spec, which will probably shine as well. Who knows what we can get from the assassination with that massive, constant, steady damage output. It can be nice in arenas, for example, but overall I still feel like Subtlety will be king. And combat, pretty much the same. You spam those Sinister Strikes, upkeep your Slice and Dice, maybe apply some bleeds with that interaction, who knows. And for leveling, really nothing changes that much. You still want to go combat, or Subtlety and ambush spec just to kill those mobs one by one. Although, with that more difficult monsters, I feel like Subtlety can fall off tremendously in that open world leveling, so we will probably end up playing combat. But of course, Rogue is a fun spec overall. You've got stealth, you've got amazing potential in PvP. Epoch just opened us up a little bit more into the assassination tree in PvE, which I'm really thankful for, because it can really turn out to be quite fun. Although, for our main class, I'm not actually considering Rogue for the moment, although I still put it into the A tier overall. Then we go into the mages, and I personally feel like mages go into the S tier, and this is mostly one due to the versatility, and secondly because they made amazing changes to the arcane, making like 3 of the specs very interesting. First off, we've got amazing change like conjuring weapons. Of course, it's nothing overpowered, and it's not like mages suddenly will just distribute weapon to every single class to fight with the boss. That would be quite funny, actually. But you can just borrow a weapon to somebody that got it destroyed, or needs a repair and cannot use it, or just simply to skill up your weapon, because those weapons will have massive boosted intellect, and intellect actually increases the speed that you skill up your weapon. Other than that, some qualities of life stuff like enduring food, just to make a refreshment table and teleportation, which is always nice to have because it cuts your traveling massively. The great thing for leveling is that you can use all 3 specializations literally, because TBC made fire a little bit better thanks to the things like Blast Wave or Dragon's Breath. You can now control your enemies a little bit better. You just pick up impact, and randomly you've got 10% chance to stun your target, which is nice, and you just burn those with massive fireballs. And Pyroblast actually did get some interactions, because our fire spells crits increase their damage of Pyroblast by 10%, so from time to time we can also get that extra massive Pyroblast, but this is mostly for endgame PvE change to make that Pyroblast somewhat usable. Otherwise, of course, Frost is Frost. It's good as ever. It allows some AoE, although it is capped on Epoch up to the 10 targets, but still viable. Targets cannot touch us when we are in Frost, and unfortunately, Ice Lance is also available only, I think, like from level 50 or so, so to make our rotation a little bit more fun, we still have to wait for it. Although when it comes down to endgame, Frost received a massive change with Frostbite, because if the target is immune to being frozen, it will be considered as frozen, and it's going to get a debuff, so we will be able to shoot out Ice Lances or just get a shatter benefit benefit from the Frostbite on the bosses as well, so this is a massive change to be fair. Otherwise, Frost is pretty standard with the Summon Watch Elemental and stuff. Iceland is actually available from level 56, so it's more like endgame stuff, let's say. But yeah, most interesting stuff comes in Arcane because we get Arcane Barrage, which is available for all 3 specs because this is a simple Arcane spell that we can learn, not a talent. We get stuff like Rune of Power from future expansions that actually make Arcane viable from the very beginning, at least from level 20 when we also get Arcane Blast as a talent. And then our rotation suddenly is not just spamming Arcane Blast or Arcane Missiles because those spells actually interact with each other, which is massive. We spam those Arcane Blast that can proc empowered Arcane Missiles, and then we can also maintain our mana and get massive beefed up Arcane Barrage off with 3 stacks of Arcane Blast, so definitely very fun to play and possible to do from as far as level 22 because then we get Arcane Barrage, and Arcane Blast is also available I think level 18 or 19 because we get extra talent points on Epoch. Let's just check real quick. Level 19 we can get Arcane Blast, so in my opinion mages look amazing for Epoch. No matter which spec you get, you got something cool to have. Maybe Fire is the least, but at least we get some Fire Blast interaction. Arcane was fixed, buffed massively with all the new spells, and Frost, I think the Frostbite change made Frost viable very nicely for endgame content. Always love those shatter combos with Frostbolt and Ice Lances, are just so fun for me. Love that juicy spell effect on the target and the sound effect when both of the spells connect, and you feel like you're just shattering your enemy. It looks really cool and sounds cool. So yeah, that's why I consider mages as an S tier, with all that cool stuff like teleports, you conjuring weapons now, food and things, blinking everywhere. It's just fun, man. This is what I call fun. Unlike Hunters. Then we go into the Priest, and I actually put Priest into the A tier. Very fun class to play with. On Epoch, Priest can actually make Holy Water, so we get some extra ways to counterplay undead, like Paladins with Exorcism and stuff. There's also a little bit of buff into the Smiting Priest, although it hasn't been made into a fully fledged out endgame spec, but let's say that it's like viable in leveling or maybe early endgame where you can just create something versatile between Discipline and a little bit of Holy to, you know, dish out damage and maybe heal up a little bit before we get dual spec and stuff like that. So there is some support to Smite, but it's not a fully fledged out specialization, let's say. Racial abilities will be massive, especially for Priest, because as you know, you get different spells depending on your race, so this is other class next to the Paladins that can benefit from the racial knowledge massively, so you definitely want to check out what possibilities are there. Otherwise, leveling for Priest is pretty smooth and quite fun, and because you get Spirit Up, which allows you to constantly have mana every time you kill your enemies, we can just grab some stuff from Discipline there, so more damage from wands, improved buffs and shields, and then of course meditation for even more mana regen. This will make us viable for both healing and DPSing in dungeons while leveling, while being quite self-sufficient in solo leveling as well, so very versatile class, the Priest is, especially if you make a troll for yourself, and then you get things like Shadow Guard that deals shadow damage on top of everything, and proc Blackout and stun your enemies periodically while you shoot your wand at them and Mind Blast occasionally with some Shadow Ward Pains. Very cool playstyle in my opinion. X of Weakness is massive to debuff those elites and stuff and make them a little bit easier to kill. It's a shame that you actually cannot mix and match those racial knowledge. That would be awesome, like pick up Shadow Guard in Devouring Plague or Shadow Priest in PvP. That's what I call fun, but there are some limits. But yeah, thankfully now for endgame you are not tied to being like only human or dwarf just because you want to have those Fear Wards and stuff, especially that Fear Ward is now baseline for every priest, so that helps out a lot as well. Unfortunately, Shadow Priest didn't receive any other nice changes or any new tools from Epoch, so that's kind of a bummer, but I feel like TBC Shadow Priest is quite fun overall and very important in raids because you're a mana battery for your party literally, so mandatory. Otherwise, both healers in TBC Discipline was made into a little bit more fun spec, especially in PvP, and on top of that we now get our Ward Barrier, which absorbs damage and makes us into more viable spec, let's say, with such an amazing cooldown, but probably will be abused very nicely in PvP by those Discipline Priests. And for raid healing, of course, Holy is viable with that Circle of Healing stuff and all the new spells we get from TBC baseline, things like Prayer of Mending, Binding Heal and stuff. Shadow Priest with Pain Suppressions with those extra talents are now also viable for PvP, for example. Of course, you have to give up on Vampiric Touch, but just then trade the extra layer of defense, sacrificing some damage. That's some decisions to make, but very versatile and fun. It seems that Priest will be on Epoch. Definitely looking for some new stuff for Shadow that could make this spec a little bit more juicy, but fun-wise, definitely I would put it into the A tier. And then eventually we go into the Warlocks, which go straight up into the S League. Warlocks are just so amazing. Even though I'm not a big fan of pets, Warlocks benefit massively from them. TBC Warlocks overall are just so OP. Even though Seed of Corruption has been nerfed and it's not a shitfest of corruption only, it's still pretty nice, especially that they made Rain of Fire viable for the Destruction Warlocks, which is nice. And overall, Warlock leveling is so freaking smooth with that drain tanking. You can go more into the pets because they supposedly are made more powerful, so there's a way in that. Of course, I think level around 52 or 3, you can go into an SL Warlock and also be quite powerful in open world and killable in PvP. Amazing solo class. In the end game, you can go into the Affliction with the addition of Unstable Affliction from the TBC baseline, of course. Demonology looks like would be viable with the Felguard, which would be nice to see. And of course with Go Destruction, if you just like simplicity, you can simply sacrifice, because the Morning Sacrifice has been moved as a capstone here. Shadow Fury is along the way to pick up, which would be nice utility spells for dungeons, of course. But yeah, you can just pick the Demonic Sacrifice your Succubus before that massive shadow damage increase and just spam Shadow Balls, or you can go into the Fire route, sacrifice your Imp, and then, you know, dish out those massive Immolates on your targets, consume them with Conflict Rates when they're running out, and then just spam your Incinerates, which look really amazing in TBC clients. And it's just more fun to play, especially with that Rain of Fire capabilities that they put on, as they now are able to crit. Overall, Warlocks are just so versatile, all the 3 specs seem to be viable. Of course, we're not quite sure about some endgame demonology possibilities, probably not. I don't really think that pets in themselves are made so powerful, but who knows, maybe somebody will come up with some crazy shit talent build to make it somewhat viable. But things from DBC that still persist, like SLSL Warlock, Pure Shadow Warlock, Fire Warlock, so very versatile, a lot of playstyles to choose from, leveling very smooth, very powerful class overall, so that's why I think Warlocks belong in the S tier, and it's one of the main contestants for me to main, to be fair. Definitely main it if I will be playing on the PvP realm. So that would wrap up the tier list from me when it comes down to the fun factor. Do remember that this is subjective opinion, of course, it can differ from yours, and this tier list is based on the fun you can have with the classes in both leveling and endgame, not the numbers they dish out, as they're still subject to change, especially on Epoch constantly, as they said that they didn't finish the classes yet, and there's still quite a lot of work to come, so we can see many changes in the future. So thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed this, and I would love to hear your own opinion on the classes from Epoch in the comment section below, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Okay, guys. So that was a good video.
The year's 20.
What was this? Oh, why Legion was great. Yeah. So that was a
Project Epoch.
one person's view on the tier list of the characters or the classes in Project Epoch. I am going to be playing a Troll Warlock, so hooray. And I'm also going to be playing a Gnome Priest, because I'd like to play the new starter zones that they created, just to experience them. And as I was saying in my update video about the launch, a reminder, Project Epoch is launching tomorrow, August 17th, 6 a.m. Pacific. So they had the stress test today, all day long, and it was great. They basically had, well, they had issues. They had to restart all day, but they didn't have any crashes or lag, which was great. Actually, I was on. I had a long stream today, 11 hours. All day, basically, on that stress test, in and out. But it was smooth. Yeah, it was much better than the previous tests that they had, where everything was lagging. So, yeah, tomorrow they're gonna launch, and so it's gonna be amazing. 6 a.m. I'm gonna go sleep really early tonight, maybe in an hour, and then wake up ahead of the launch, try and get into my account and get onto Kazan. I think I'll have to recreate my characters. I don't think they're carrying over the characters from the stress test. If they are, I think I'll probably reset anyway, because I'm rethinking my strategy on it. I think I may just go with the challenge of the reduced EXP and not go for the iron. I think that would just be too much stress to the Iron Man challenge of not dying. It just makes you not want to be brave, and you're always worried about dying, so I don't want that to be the case. So yep, I want to basically yeah, I think I want to play more bravely, I suppose, more freely, and so I don't want to deal with let's see, that type of stress of having being afraid of dying. I want to just go in and, you know, challenge things and party up and enjoy my experience. Check messages. I'm forwarding somebody for, let's see, viewership tampering, maybe. Let's see, yeah. Get out of here, you bot sellers. Banned and blocked. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna have my warlock. I'm pretty excited. Troll warlock. Not my favorite race, but it'll do. And then my gnome priest. Again, I wouldn't say it's my least. It's not my least favorite race. I say my favorite races are probably the elves. You know, night elf. They don't have high elves in this game in Epoch. So night elf probably. Then the next race, maybe gnome, because they're not human and they're not dwarves, which are kind of ugly. And yeah, yeah, they only have 8 races on Epoch anyway. So, and then I don't really like the undead. The horde races. They're kind of grotesque. I don't like orcs. They look kind of ugly. Tauren are okay. And then undead males are really ugly, don't have a jaw. And then trolls, they're kind of ugly. So yeah, I have to say night elf, and then gnome is the second most favorite races. But you know, if I'm going to play a horde, I'll play a troll. And I'll play a troll warlock, which will be cool. I'll have a warlock pet. And yeah, I'm looking forward to exploring on Project Epoch tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6 a.m. So download your clients and check it out. Create a character. It's free to play. Yeah, and if you're on the Kazan server, which is the RP PvE server, I'll be playing there on Kazan. And if you want PvP, you could play on Gurubashi, which will also be launching tomorrow. But I'm not really a PvPer, so I don't think I'm going to be creating a character there. It's too stressful, I think. Anyway, that was a good video. That was a very good video. Let's see if there's any other Project Epoch videos. These are kind of old. Oh, this guy was streaming his stress test. He got 2K views. Pretty nice. So Venario, the same guy, did a class guide. That's an hour and 52 minutes. That's kind of long. What else can we meander over and take a look? So tomorrow also there is Turtle WoW. Let's sort by recently uploaded. Turtle WoW is also launching their fresh server, Ambershire. And I think I showed you guys, but I'll show you again. So, is it running? Be launching, right? There we go. And let me get my script running. Is it this one? All right, there we go. I'll show you. Oh my, what's going on? Let's look at Ambershire. I've created all my characters on Ambershire, and if I've been in touch with you, you probably know already, but I created all of these characters, all going to be hardcore, because I'm playing regular on the Northern R server, and I want something new on Ambershire. All the content is the same on Nordinar and on Ambershire, and they recently launched the 1.18 patch with the new content. God, this song sucks. But what was I saying? Yeah, so the content will be the same. So rather than me playing the same things, I'm playing 10 characters on Nordinar already. I got every race, every class represented, so. And they're gonna go through the world and explore almost every quest. Pretty much every quest. Everywhere. So, on Ambershire, I'm looking for something else. And that something else is hardcore. Hahaha! Dude! Protection Plan, they're both launching tomorrow. Isn't that crazy? Tomorrow, 6 a.m. Pacific.
Epoch and Turtle. Never
Epoch is launching. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific. Turtle's launching. You know what? Play both. Yeah, it's just there's Turtle WoW has a lot of old content. Not old content. They have new content. It's new content, right? They added new quests. They added new dungeons, I think, and they've expanded the dungeons. They just got a lot of content on Turtle WoW for over 6 years now. And Epoch team, they got their own set of content too. So it's going to be some different quests. They have some new starter zones. I don't think it's going to be as much content as on Turtle, but you know, it's going to be different because Turtle is vanilla. It is 1.12 classes and their talents, but Epoch has the Wrath of the Lich King clients 3.3.5, so you're going to get different add-ons, and they have, I think, the Burning Crusade talents. They pulled those in. It's the Wrath of the Lich King client, and they've incorporated Burning Crusade talent. So it's different abilities there. Talents there. So different builds. But Turtle WoW also. They took the vanilla talents and they reworked them. And they did some changes like Arcane Mage. They have some... they made it viable. And yeah, I don't know if you've been watching all of the Turtle videos and the Epoch videos. They're very similar. I give you that. In that it's like a Classic Plus experience. But they're different too. So, you know what? Play both. Play both. I've been playing Turtle WoW for months now. I have, like I said, 10 characters there. One of every class and one of every race. So I'm just going through all that content. Yeah, try both. But they have different challenges. So I think maybe pick, if you like challenges, pick different challenges on each. So let me go back to the sharing. Where's my brave? Project Epoch. Let's go over there. And let's go over it. So Project Epoch only has these two challenges. There is a sort of hardcore mode where you keep the title as long as you don't die. If you die, you could delete your character, but you could also continue. But basically, you have to walk all the way back to your faction's capital at walking speed. Reduced stats, no access to flight paths or teleports. It's like a walk of shame, but you still can play. And then there's the Explorer's Contract, which is 50% EXP, but they'll be dropping rewards for you at the level 20, level 40, and at level 60. So I think I'm going to be doing Explorer's Contract. The iron thing, it seems to me it's like a soft core, and I feel I'd rather do a hardcore. So on Epoch, I'm going to do the Explorer, and then on Ambershire, I'm going to do the hardcore. Because it's a new server, I'm going to create 2 new characters there. And let's see, features, challenges, leveling challenges. The hardcore is a real hardcore. If you die, you're gone. So I'm just gonna give that a shot and see how it plays. Like, I'm gonna be very cautious. And I've got all my characters loaded up. They're ready to go, so see who survives. I got my mage, I got my druid, I got my warlock, I got a paladin, and I got a hunter. And we'll see which one survives. I'll try and level them up, maybe one each stream. I'll try to get them a few levels or something each stream and see if any of them die. They're all hardcore. Maybe they all survive. Maybe. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
Maybe they all.
But yeah. It's gonna be fun though, I think. Because I've been playing Turtle WoW regular. Let me see. I got all these accounts. I'll show you. This is like one of them. Oops. I have 10 accounts there, so because I could. What the hell? Why is it disconnected? Is the server down? Oh no, weird. Huh. Maybe the password. Okay, let me pause or exit my script. Password, enter my password. Oh, what the hell? What's wrong with my login? Alright, let me try what's going on here. Let me get my OBS. I might as well launch the other one. I don't know if you've seen my streams before, but I usually dual box when I'm playing Turtle. On the challenge, I can't.
Protection plan says, duo okay.
Yeah. Alright. Something was wrong with my other login. Oops. We'll log log in. Yeah, usually I've been playing Turtle WoW dual boxing. And it's been fun. That's making it very exciting and interesting because I'm controlling two characters at the same time. So it's pretty fun and exciting. I get into some trouble sometimes. Alright, let's use nostalgia. I'm just now switching to PFUI. And actually, I don't mind it so much. So maybe I will actually just use PFUI. Yeah, I would recommend using PFUI if you're playing Turtle WoW. Looks pretty good. I'm a fan of the sort of classic UI look. So anyway, where is my buddy here? So I just have one character follow the other one, and then we get into some battles, and I'm just manage their abilities. Sure, take your time, enjoy.
Protection
I'm gonna be mucking around with my setup.
quickly back.
My UI. PFUI config. Unit frames. I don't know why this one's so big and this one's so small. Website, settings, general. Oh, okay. Scaling. Nostalgia. Let's do the same thing here. Let's do a first run. Okay. Move that down. Nostalgia. Okay. Shrink it down. Next. Optimized. Cool. Alright, now they're pretty much the same. Okay, good. And now I think I synchronized my key. Ooh, disable. Disable Bang Shui. I mean PFUI. That's it. I'm using Bang Shui. Oh. Okay. Well, maybe I could use that. Maybe that's okay. Alright. It's using up a lot of my screen, but what the hell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why only 5? Why only 5 over here? I want more than that. Control F1. Alright. What is this? That's me, I guess, but I mute it? Why is it even up there? Okay, this is my focus. And focus. Nice. Option target. Is that working? Oh, maybe PFUI already loads a focus. Interesting. That's my key bindings. Check my key bindings here. All right, it replicated them. Excellent, just like I wanted to. Oh my, okay. All right, I'm going to, oh, add-ons, cool. Oh, it turned off focus frame. Okay, fair enough. Doesn't need focus frame. Okay. Turned off a lot of stuff. Turned off Empower. Or did it? I guess it did. Shagu tweaks has Shagu DPS. People bigwigs. Oh, I turned it off. I don't really need it. But Meter Turtle Mail, Pizza World Bus, Markers, Cleveroid, I want that. Shagu Score, okay. Plates not needed. Junk, good. PFUI, quest, what's training? I don't need my whisker commands. Voiceover, vanilla, unit XP, super macro, super API. Took off smart buffs, roid macros, good. Oh, focus rest bar. Okay, I probably don't need the rec counter. Quest progress share. Puppeteer, good. Prop doc. Pally power, okay. Why I don't need Pally power on this guy. It's crazy. Open clam is good. I wonder if I should turn on Empower. I have to configure it at some point then. Okay. My event recorder going. Cartographer. Holy crap, a big block here. Back Shui. Ox. Auto share quests. Okay. DB. Attack bar. Auto. Loot. Alcoholic working. Alright. Sure, all the tweaks are not needed anymore if I'm using PFUI. See, originally I had PFUI and then I didn't use it because it just looked too modern. Didn't have any of the frames, but now with this PFUI setup with nostalgia, I kind of like it. Looks classic enough for me. It's got a focus, which is good. It's got party. Is this my puppeteers? Probably puppeteers working. That's good. So it works with puppeteer. Alright, I really don't think I need the Shagu tweaks. Oh, I turned off Shagu value. Oh, that's fine. And the plates I don't need. I guess the error. Copies, fine. Combat. What is this one? Oh, well, I guess it'll show me some other symbol that shows me if I'm combat. Alright. Alright, this is good. This is very good. Okay. Yes. Yes. Alright, let me set up my other characters since I've configured everything now. Lock out. These party frames are huge though. Alright. So as you can see, I got a lot of characters here. We'll configure each of them. Use PFUI, and I think I'll be removing the Shagu add-ons then. Shrink it down. I'm going to make note of this stuff that I could delete. Add-ons to remove due to PFUI redundancy. Shagu error. Yes. Shagu copy. Crap. Come on. Uh-huh. This. All right, that's better. All right, Shagu copy. Remove that one. Shagu tweaks. Focus frame. All right. Shagu value. Shagu plates. Shagu combat. Okay. Okay. Oh no, I crashed. No. Actually, it actually worked. Nice. Oh, whoops. Wrong character. Alright. Disable back shui. Got a lot of things going on my screen. But okay. Damage meter. Supposed to put that over here. Very, very busy screen. But I like it being standardized, so. Let's log out. Let's log in and see if everything logs in okay. Okay. Nice. I like it. I like it. Alright, let's log out here. Log out here. Back here. Log into my warrior. I'll log into my shaman. Nostalgia. You know what? I'm just going to remove those add-ons. And then I don't have all these error messages anymore. Quit. And also, so let's see. Those are redundant add-ons that we're removing. Where's my turtle? Wow, here it is. Click. I'm going to remove click. Let's remove these other add-ons from Shagu. Remove Shagu error. Remove Shagu copy. Shagu tweaks. All of them. Focus frame. Don't need that anymore. And then Shagu value. Shagu plates. Shagu combat. Alright, now let's launch. Let's launch to allow. Actually, we're going to enable all the add-ons to see which one it complains about. PF UI. Yeah, apparently didn't care. It crashed, did it? It's not crashing, is it? Add-ons. Yeah, everything's on. So apparently none of these conflict with PFUI. Okay, fair enough. Let's go to interface options. I want auto subcast. Log out. Go into this account. This account. Let's let the other one load first. It reduces the possibility of a crash. Oh, I didn't update the window name. Okay. Let's change my interface settings. Auto self-cast is not good. Hey. What happened to the scaling? How do we change the scaling? So many settings here. How do I change the scaling? Ah, enable UI scale. Oh, yeah, let's use it smaller. Okay, that's better. Okay. That looks better. Things are less constricted. Alright, the cursive, you're gonna have to go somewhere. Maybe here. Okay. Excellent. If you over here. Why? Oh, it's over here. Alright. Damage meter, go over here. And we have lots of space for all of our unit frames. Actually, let's go back to game then. Yeah, one problem with all these characters is I have to configure all the UI multiple times. Okay, it was on Pixel Perfect Tiny. What? Oh, okay. Damage meter go over here. Decursive go over here. Decursive go over there. What is this? My quest list? Jesus. Alright, you go over here. Quest list, I'll put over here. Cursive, put over here. Alright. Looking decent. Alright. Not the most compelling gameplay, but hey, has to be done. So let me get up to what? Oh no. Where's my mouse? Oh, wait. Key bindings. Where's my zoom? Wow. Huh. It didn't copy. I thought it would. Interesting. Huh. That's very strange. PFUI settings, tiny. Right. Keybinds. Where's my? That's very interesting that it didn't set those. Settings. Tiny pixel perfect. Wait for me. You need to add her. Oh, it doesn't automatically accept now. Alright, well, that's fine. Let's get on. Hurry, 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 hurry. Hurry, get on. Nice. Alright. Let's move some of these things around. What is this? Alright. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What is this? What is this? Why do I have another copy of it? That's strange. Alright, well, whatever. We'll figure it out later. That's looking good enough, I think. Where's my damage meter? Oh. Shagu DPS. Oh, add-ons. Did I not? Oh, that's why. I'm gonna turn them all on. There's a damage meter. Disable, reload. PFUI config components. Disable module bags. Makes sense. Nothing else is disabled. That's fine. Alright, nice bags. Nice bags. How do I move this again? Ah. There I go. Ooh. Oh, here maybe? Got a lot of things going on. So toss you up here. Okay, party. Maybe a little closer. Alright, that's my target. That's my target. Nice. Why do I have a target thing? I don't know. What is chain heal? My keybinds have not been propagated. Where's my Pizza World buffs? Oh boy, it's disappeared. Cursive, I'll put over here. Where's my Pizza World buffs? No. There we go. There we go. It's looking better, I guess. Settings. Ooh, that's too big. Okay, it's as small as it gets. It is. Alright, that's fair enough. Oh, this is target of target. Alright. I don't have target of focus though. Ah, that's fine.
What brings you here?
That's fine. I have a focus. That's good enough. I don't understand what this is. I don't know what that means. Why is that there? Anyway. It's damage meter. Maybe I should dose it over here. Yeah, let's put it over here, I guess. It's on the right. It's conflicting with let's this up a little bit. See, I mouse over and then, you know, these things appear on the right, so I don't want that to overlap. It's a little crowded, I'll admit that, but I think it works. I will admit that, but I think it works. Alright, let's log out. Got just 2 more sets of characters to go. What? Alright, let's go. Oh shit. I'm gonna log out again. Nostalgia. I like nostalgia. Come on. Why do you make it so big? No wall buffs. Put it over here. Damage meter, we'll put it over here. Party over here. Decursive, I suppose we can put it over here. Plus over here. Put that in the center. Is that the center? That's pretty much the center, right? The center. Next. Yep, disable. Okay. It's too big. Good. That's better. Move this around. Ew. Is that the middle? It's the middle, right? Damage meter, we'll throw it here. Oops. Some more buffs. Find it. Put that over here. All right. Looking pretty good. Maybe over here. Maybe over here. Maybe all the way over here. All right. This is good. This is looking very good. Okay. Arch Totem. I guess you could turn off some of these add-ons. I do need my Druid mana bar. I don't need the feeder because I have no pets. Don't need the Grimoire because I'm not a warlock. Weird. Tally power I do not need. I don't need a pet XP bar either. Tier quest progress share, I don't need quiver. Or rec counter or the rogue thing, but you do need the rogue thing. Guess everything else is fine. I'll turn off the meter. I don't think it's working really well anyway. Probably turn off big wigs for now. Turtle mail. Not really. Well, I could use slices. Leveroid, weirdest 5, Shagu score. Grimoire. Okay. Good. What is this? New tracking spell. Okay. Alright. Let's see, it's 10 o'clock. I'm gonna need to go to sleep soon. Alcoholic Arch Totem, don't need that. Do need that here. Attack bar, auto DB, auto roller, auto share quest, ox bag shui. Meta characters, cartographer codex, decursive druid mana bar we don't need. We don't need the feeders. Don't need the feeders. Grimoire Keeper we do not need. Level range, modify. I don't know why this is off. Map button bag. Mob stats. Power. Climb alpha. I don't need the pally power. Pet XP bar do not need. Up tier quest progress where quiver I don't need. Share. Rogue folk. Rec counter we don't need. Rest bar, rogue focus we don't need. It's training whisper commands, junk. All of this I'm turning off big wigs for now. Okay, that's good. Alright. Sure. Okay. Once I get my keybinds done, then I think we'll be good. Add-ons here. Yep, definitely tomorrow, 6 a.m. It is go time for Epoch. Let's see, Alcoholic Arch Totem, Atlas, he's good. For the character stats, Bakshui, Codex, Decursive, Druid, Mana Bar, don't need. Feedomatic I need. I don't need the Feedomatic here, I don't need the Grimoire Keeper. Turn this options. I don't have options. Don't need Pally Power. Don't need the Pet XP bar here. Don't need Quiver. Water Rec Counter. You don't need the Rec Counter. Rogue Focus. Don't think so. Although I'll leave it on. It might actually have some benefit for when I go stealth. Alright, let's turn off these bigwigs. Yes. Things are going to be better. Dane Ironguard. Green bolts. Definitely, if anyone in chat has any questions about Epoch or Turtle WoW, I'll try and answer them. I'm not going to say I'm an expert, but I have been reading up on a lot of stuff, so I might have an answer for you. Atlas, Auto DB, Auto Roller, Auto Shirtquest, Ox, Back Shui. Character stats, Cartographer, Codex, Cursive, Druid, Mana Bar. I don't need, neither do you. Don't need the Feedomatics. Another Grimoire. Turn on the options for mix. Minimap, button bag, mob, empower, open up better Pally Power he needs. You don't need the Pet XP. Neither do you. You don't need Quiver. Or you don't need the Rec Counter. Rogue Focus. No, you don't need the Rogue Focus, but you do need the Rec Counter. Roid macros, Smart Buff, Smart API, Voice, what's training, Whisper commands, Shagu, Cleveroid. Let's turn off Beef Wigs for now. Yes. I should probably get some sort of rare detector. I do like going after rares. Did we configure Snicks? Oh. I think we did. Let's double check. think I did. Yep, I did. Okay, let's log out. What the hell? Target should be over here. It doesn't have a target. Interesting. I don't understand why there's a target sometimes and not. Okay, and Lux. Add-ons, enable all, okay, enter the world, add-on, enable all, okay, enter world. Welcome to PFUI. Next, we're gonna use nostalgia. I like it. I like it a lot. This party, pet, me having a party currently, but I may eventually get a party. That Where's my damage meter? Oh, here it is. Okay. Settings. Make it small. Make it very small. My targets here. Pet party. Party's going to be pretty important. That's okay. Where's my quests? Put that over here. Decursive. I guess we'll slap you over there. Party world buffs. I got it on Nixia. Oh, I'm at Stormwind, that's why. Interesting. How's my rested? Where's my rested XP? Oh my God. Where does my rested XP?
The dreams.
Huh? Actually isn't as small as
The dreams.
could be. What? Oh, my quest log? Where's this?
I remember my dreams.
Okay.
The dreams. The dreams.
Alright. Key bindings. I don't need this. Why did I lose my zoom? Did I screw that up? Huh. V and M. I don't need this. I'll escape. Shift I. Huh? Pet book. Shift I. Shift P. Open all bags. Shouldn't that be C? Wow. Guess I could leave these. This doesn't seem right. I had propagated it. Or copied these bindings. Doesn't seem like it actually copied them.
We just became very different people. And so we had nothing in common overnight. It's very strange, but that happened.
All right.
I need to target something first.
Hmm.
I don't have a target. I don't have a target.
That is true. I don't have a target. I don't want to enable off-stream frame positions. That's terrible. Oh, it's off. Okay. Sure. All right, let's see. Okay, yeah, see, I can't move it off screen. All right, well. Okay, it is 10:30, and I need to get up at 5 a.m. to be ready for the launch on Epochs. Oh, let's end stream, and I will be back at. She's 5 a.m. I guess I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. Okay, guys, thanks for joining. It was a news announcement stream. It was a configure my UI in Turtle WoW. Yeah, and did a little bit of review of the classes in Project Epoch. I think I know what I'm going to be playing. I hope all you will join me on Project Epoch and on Turtle WoW's Ambershire fresh server tomorrow. Really excited about both of them. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun, so I'll see you all soon. Alright guys, good night and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Ken Shogo says, good night, chat.